Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thank you for subscribing, highly appreciated. So this is well, my name is Ariel. This is my channel, Sario T. If you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. All the recent subscribers, highly appreciated. If you're new, consider subscribing and join me on my journey as a new trucker. I've been on the road for about 2 months by solo, and I did my 200 hours with Swift, and now I'm here. So, update: I've been getting a lot more mileage right now. So, right now, the lowest that closed on the 12th, which yesterday technically, I did 2,469 miles. I would have had a little over 3,000. Well, a lot more than 3,000 because I had 791 miles. But I had a flat. I got a flat on my truck, on my steer, on my passenger side steer, and I was down for like 2 hours, and then I had to wait to get my tire fixed, and that took about 2 hours. And after that, I went and I couldn't pick up my load early like I wanted to, so I had to wait a little longer, and I went to sleep. Take my 10-hour break so I can lay it on, pick it up, and get on the way here in Georgia right now. So from Georgia, I'm gonna be heading down to Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. Montgomery, Alabama. So I'm gonna be heading to Montgomery, Alabama. I have been feeling a little homesick. It finally kicked in like 2-3 days ago. Having that feeling I wanted to go home and see my mom and dad and my sister and my nephews and stuff, and the other special one. But it's been a trip. It was kind of a trip yesterday, North Carolina, going up through those mountains. It was pretty bad. Like, you can see all the runaway ramps that they have there. It must be for a reason. I had to, it was a 6 or 10 mile downgrade or something like that. And it was just basically winding around the freaking mountain. So all you see is doing this. Then some parts you have the flat ground, and then you turn again. And it was kind of pretty scary for me because I've gone to downgrades before, but they were never like this serious. Well, that's kind of serious, I guess. I've been to 20, down in 20 already, down in I forgot where it was, but it was 20 downgrade going down, so it was not that bad, with the jakes, and it wasn't raining, so I didn't really had an issue. Yesterday was kind of raining. Well, it was raining almost finishing the whole side of the mountain going down, but I bunkered down and took my 10, and then I came here, got my dropped my load up, and it just so happened that where I'm dropping my load off, I'm picking up my load for my other stuff, so heading to Alabama. So it was actually pretty cool. I was like, it doesn't let me assign a truck. It didn't let me to assign my own truck. Well, not assign. It said that my load, I couldn't attach the empty to it, and I was like, what's going on? I called my dispatcher, and he said, you don't worry about it because you're picking up there too. I was like, what? And then I checked because I got the load while I was driving down here, so, and I would not be able, I won't be able to stay here in Georgia, Alabama, Atlanta, because it tends to apparently it tends to suck you in up here, and it keeps you around. But thank God that I got this little load heading down to Alabama, and let's see how it goes. It picks up today, delivers tomorrow around 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's not really that bad at all. let's see what else happened. Yeah, uh, perverts. I guess you can say perverts in the bathrooms. I guess. Yeah. I was doing my business and whatnot, and this guy was drying his hands and looking at me through the freaking crack, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" You know. I guess everybody has their thing. It's not like I'm the greatest looking guy ever, but you know. Yeah, but it was a freaking perv. I can't believe he was actually looking at me. He was drying his hand and looking at me through the cracks, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Like, I tried to, like, you know, I pulled my pants as much as I could and cover myself or whatever, because this fool, he was like looking at me. I should have just like called the cops or something, but I guess whatever, you know. Live and let live. It didn't hurt me. Eventually, like once he saw that I got mad, he left. So I got I went to the smallest spot ever, like the delivery of meat before I picked up this load to bring here to Georgia. It was like it was in the middle of like the smallest town ever, where the roads was two-way roads, one lane each, and the truck could barely fit. I mean, like, basically it was like, you know, lane to lane. Like, you only had like the yellow line to divide the two lanes, and then everything was like edging everything up, and that's why I blew my tire out. I blew my tire, which kind of sucked, to be honest. Waiting there 2 hours and you know be able to move forward with all the load that I wanted to. Otherwise, that load would have been here in this week's paycheck instead of next week's paycheck. So did I say 2,469 miles this week? My checks, you know, progressively are getting better. I don't know if it's I know one of you guys said that they give you small loads and local loads just because they don't know if you're gonna be there working, and apparently, you know, I just keep asking for load. I tell them I just want to run right now. Probably in July, most likely I'll be heading home. Yeah, for a couple of days, join the family, eat something, and talk to them, and you know, have some fun, which I needed to. Other than that, the driving has been pretty good. My backing is getting a little bit better with each practice, each time that I you know, back into the docks and whatever I do. I got stopped on the weight station. So let me get this thing, which this helped me. So if you're in Swift, okay, and you got one of these guys here, right? This helps you a lot. I highly suggest it that you use it. And if they didn't gave you one, ask for one, because it'll really help you out a lot. It tells you how to change the truck. It gives you all the numbers where you need to call. Hazmat, safety, reefer. But one of the most important things that you're gonna have to learn, one of the most important things is how to move your tandems, you know? How to move your tandems. Let me see if I can take a picture. Well, I keep hitting it, so hopefully. So this is one of the things. I didn't know all of this here, and to be honest, I think I would just being lucky when it comes to the weight station. Like I said, my first trainer, he didn't really teach me much. Well, I did some parking, a lot of parking, a lot of driving, but other than the basics, you know, like moving the tandems and stuff like that, we didn't really do much of that. I think with him, with my first trainer, we only moved the tandems once, and other than that, that was it. I never did it again, because most of the loads were they were dedicated routes, and he was from around there, so he knew all the way around the weigh stations. You know, he didn't need to stop by them, except when it was no option. And my second trainer, I don't think we had any. We always weighed the loads, but they were always good, so we never had a chance to go through it. But my suggestion is, if you're still training, ask them where to move your tandems, how you move them, because you will need to do it once you get into by yourself. So if you're heavier in the back, you know, where you move your tandem. If you're heavier in the drives, where you need to move them. If you're heavier on the steers, where you need to move them. Now, when I mean the steers, okay, so the steers are the two front tires, like the steers here, right? The 8 tires attached to this truck in the back, those are the drives, and the trailer tires, the trailer tires, that's the tandems, where you move those. So this one says if you're heavier in the steers, you move back. That means that you set your brakes and you move back. Okay, that means that your tandems are going to move forward. Now, if you're heavy in the back and lighter in the front, that means you need to move your tandems forward. So that means you're going to move forward as much as you need to. Remember, it says here that each notch in the fifth wheel moves about 500 pounds, and the tandem moves about 250 to 300 pounds. So when I was coming down in North Carolina, I guess, the first weigh station was fine. So I thought, I'm good. I didn't need to move anything. So I keep going forward, and the next weigh station I get called in. It's like, oh, pull forward, park, and come in. She was telling, oh, you're about 1,100 pounds overweight on your trailer tandems. It's like, what? Can you repeat that again? I was like, yeah. Can you please move your trailer all the way before you get to the 41 foot mark? So I was, yeah, okay. So I changed it, went back around, went to the skull again, and I got a green light. Now, that's the thing. I don't know if I did this right or not. I got called in, I fixed the problem, I got the green light, and I left. Was I supposed to leave, or was I supposed to go back around and talk to her? I'm not sure, because every time when I was with my other trainer, my second trainer, when we went to the scale house, we were good, we didn't have no problems. So we got a green light, and then we left, and that's it. And there was all the stuff we do, and we were not getting stopped because we were overweight or because the signs told us not to go. It was because there's some states they don't have the signals on top that tells you that you're good. So you have to go into the weigh station, you have to go wait, and then get the green light and go. So yeah, you don't have the pre-pass. Some of them don't work with the pre-pass. You have to go through it. So that's one of the things that has come up. Well, other than that, it's been pretty well. Like I said, a little homesick. I'm eating enough to sustain the weight that I have right now. So my goal for these next weeks is to cut down some more on my consumption, so I can lose more weight and work out some more with my bands and my elastics. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. I am pretty good answering the comments in the comments box. And if you want me to do a video about something and I know about it, I will make it if you have any suggestions. And thank you guys for coming, and thank you for subscribing and liking the videos and commenting. Highly appreciate it, and thank you for joining me in this journey of mine. All right, thank you guys for coming, and see you in the next one.